Float some of the names if we have some suspicions that people are dealing drugs and turtles at the same time.
Now that sounds like an odd combination, but not for local game wardens whose search for bad guys sometimes starts with a search online. Good evening, everybody. I'm Brian Mudd.
I'm Lauren Motter. You're probably used to seeing the game wardens out patrolling, but you may not realize they're actually pretty busy inside. They're scanning websites like Craigslist or looking for illegal exotic animal sales.
KAMC Avery Travis got a first-hand look at some of the bizarre things that game wardens have confiscated here.
Lauren and Brian, they're looking out for endangered or restricted animals from Texas Parks and Wildlife's blacklist. Game wardens in some areas of our state, like Houston and Dallas, often see things like tiger pelts, even ivory elephant tusks. But right here in Lubbock, our game wardens have confiscated everything from sea turtle shells to bald eagle feathers. Now, they're relying on you to keep tracking down these poachers and illegal sellers.
We get the question a lot, what do game wardens do outside of hunting season?
While parks and wildlife officers are still out hunting for violators, they're also on the prowl behind a computer screen.
We'll get tips from people trying to sell maybe some endangered species on Craigslist.
Lubbock County Game Warden Aaron Sims says they're patrolling for anything illegal, from game meat to sea turtle shells, hawk talons, and even eagle feathers.
You name it, people try to sell a lot of strange things online.
Some game wardens will even go undercover and set up a buy to bait and bust these sellers.
Some of these other species you may not be able to legally hunt are still very important to the environment. So when you put a black market value on something that's endangered, that's not a good situation because you're putting more undue pressure on that species.
Sims says if you're caught, it's a serious offense with an even heftier price tag than what's listed on the screen. Now, some of the things that the game wardens are patrolling for are pretty obvious, but there's some other things that you might find on Craigslist that don't seam so bad.
Individuals selling red-eared slider turtles in boxes with little terrariums. Well, they have to be permitted.
You need a certain permit to possess, and then another to sell most exotic animals.
Where did they get those turtles from? You don't want to get species from outside this country brought into this country that's not being tracked, and they could potentially have some diseases.
Every once in a while, we will get the call out of a blue, of some strange, somebody has hit a hawk and want to pick it up off the road and bring it to us. That's a big no-no.
Taxidermist Matt Slape with the Wildlife Art Studio says he works with species from all over the world, but his clients have to dot their I's and cross their T's.
Shows that they are dropping off with me.
And during the nearly 9-month-long process, they hang the paperwork next to each piece of work in case game wardens come to check things out.
If somebody ever comes in and they're kind of reluctant on filling this paperwork out, then you kind of know that, hey, something's out of the ordinary there.
He says most people looking for a beautiful educational piece or for a memory from a special hunt know the rules.
If I do my job right, then you can see it on their face. All of those memories come flooding back.
Sims says many times people just don't know.
So they'll hand it right over and say, here you go, sorry.
But other times, it's a clue something worse is going on.
It could be a case where it's a drug trafficking front. You know, they're selling turtles, but they may be selling other products as well.
So it's for the safety of the animals and your safety too.
They're the property of the people of Texas, and these are their sea turtles that are being illegally traded, sold, or killed. Education's number one, but if we have to go with enforcement, we'll do that too.
Operation Game Thief is the department's tip line program to help stop poaching and stop some of these illegal sales. Now, you could even get a $1,000 reward for turning in a tip that leads to an arrest in a wildlife crime. To do so, you can call that number 1-800-792-GAME. Brian.
Interesting stuff. Avery, thank you so much. And